Hey everyone, Angelique here. I'm so glad to be back. So today I'd like to share a bit more about the Jezebel spirit and actually just one of the spirits that works together with the Jezebel spirit. Um, and I'm sure most of you have heard this, listening to this video, you may have heard about the spirit of seduction. And so Jezebel really, the Jezebel spirit um, this is one of those characteristics that comes forth, but it's actually really powered by the spirit. And so I know that many believers, when they hear the spirit of seduction, they automatically assume that it has to do with sexuality and charm and just wielding that sexuality for for that person's benefit. And yes, that is one part of it, but there is another side that I think many tend to overlook. And so today I just want to, well, within this video, I just want to cover a bit about that so that you can be aware and, you can just search your life and see where anyone in your life, or even, you have to be open if this is you as well, where you may be entertaining that spirit or you've come under the influence of the Jezebel spirit, and this will be one of the ways that you can discern that. Okay, so the spirit of seduction, one of those dream symbols that the Lord highlighted to me, and this is one of the things that may be able to tell you in the future, or perhaps you've had this appearing in your dreams if you are a dreamer. Um, the symbol of a dog. This is something that the Lord had highlighted over and over to me, not just in my own dreams, but in the lives of others. Is really the dog being connected with a spirit of seduction or lust, and really those two ties into each other. Um, but yes, this is one of the ways that the Lord showed me. And, at first I thought that was strange. Why a dog? Why that? Because prior to this, I would just assume that it's, lust, but it's actually more than lust, it's seduction. And tied in with the Jezebel spirit, and that's what the Lord showed me. And then the Lord took me to the scripture passage in First Kings chapter 21, verse 23. And let me just see if I can get it and read it for you. Um, okay, let me just go and get it. But really, so when we look at the spirit of seduction, just going back to that, um, yes, when someone is entertaining narcissism, it is a narcissist and has that personality disorder, um, they are powered by, eventually they get powered by the Jezebel spirit. And so I use them interchangeably because it really happens so quickly where they open up to a Jezebel spirit. But this is one of the ways they can't really separate themselves from it because Jezebel operates with seduction as well. And so one of the ways they do that is wielding their sexuality and charm. But the other way that it comes forth is really because the spirit of seduction is what they do is they wield their web around you so that they can pull certain things from you. So it is not necessarily sexual in nature. That it can be one of the ways, but they seduce you, and it can be in any area. It can be for a platform. It can be for really anything that they know is your weak spot, but they also siphon information from you. So that spirit of seduction is also responsible for siphoning whatever information they need from you for their benefit. So if they are enamored with your life and the anointing that's on your life or your gifts, or even physical, your position in life, they will have a tendency to probe you, but also that spirit of seduction. And really, this is a spiritual side of it. They do it to really spin the web around you, and often before you know it, you there might have been things that you were not intending to speak about or share, perhaps secret information that you wanted to keep private. And this spirit of seduction, what it can do is it can really entice you into releasing that information. And before you know it, those words are out of your mouth. And they will use that information against you. So the spirit of seduction is also responsible for that. And this ties in with another spirit, which I'll cover in a different video. But they are responsible for, in conjunction with this other spirit that I will mention again, they are responsible for pulling information from you. They want information about your life, and so that they can obviously use it for their benefit. So you need to be mindful of that. So if you have noticed the pattern of there is someone specific in your life and they have this tendency to always engage you in conversation, and or whenever you're around them, just being in their presence, eventually you just start blabbing a lot of things. um, that may show that they have a spirit of seduction attached to them, and that spirit, I'm not going to say the person, it's a spirit that's responsible for it, will wield their web over your mind, and suck that information out of you. And so, just transparency, this has happened to me before. And then I noticed the pattern because I'm someone who likes patterns. I see patterns in certain things, I observe a lot. I think that's probably the way the Lord wired me. But that has helped me to see certain things. And I think that many believers will do, it will do them well to, at times observe your life, observe what is happening with certain people in your life. They may not even know that they have this spirit attached to them. But the spirit, remember that the enemy seeks to destroy your life. He seeks to steal from you and to destroy. So this spirit will do that. Any information that they can use to bring destruction to the plans of God in your life, or success, whatever it is, or relationships. And so you have to be very aware of this and look at those patterns. If you see a repetitive cycle with someone in your life, then it may be that spirit. And let me just add on here that there may be some people that have the spirit attached to them, and it's not necessarily that they are entertaining a Jezebel spirit, because you do get people that have been open to this seductive spirit, and they are not a narcissist. That does happen. However, there will be other signs where, when you can check off many more of the signs that relates to the Jezebel spirit, then it's likely that the person is. But this, any person that and host of this Jezebel spirit, um, they will have a spirit of seduction. That is for sure. And let me just go to First Kings chapter 21, verse 23. And it says, "And concerning Jezebel, the Lord also spoke, saying, the dogs shall eat Jezebel by the wall of Jezreel." So there again, the symbolism of the dog comes into play. And, at first I thought there were a lot of things the Lord showed me about the spirit, and I thought it was just coincidence, but then they would show up a lot in my dreams, when there was a narcissist that I was dealing with. Um, and it would even show up with um, those that I've counseled or helped with dream interpretation, by which this symbol would show up, and eventually it would be clear that this person would be dealing with a narcissist, or they themselves were the hosts and of Jezebel. And so that's just one of the things that can help you identify this spirit in operation in your life. Okay. But going back to the other side of the spirit of seduction, and that is the sexuality part. And so, a spirit of seduction will also, when you see this, as anyone with this spirit attached to them, it might not be a narcissist. What happens is that you will see um, the fruit of that in their lives, and the fruit of it will be promiscuity, immorality, um, any kind of sexual sin, or even dressing inappropriately, because they may not be engaging in sexual sin, but the just the whole appearance of it. And I know this isn't popular to say, but um, the way that people dress, it does show you something about them in the spirit. This is not popular to say in the natural. Many people will take offense at this, but spiritually, this is what the Lord has shown, that um, that is really a, the spirit of seduction will really show itself through the appearance as well. Those that are dressing provocatively, what is the purpose of that? Actually, it's actually to entice. They might not know what they are doing, but the spirit attached to them is enabling them or pushing them to do it. And so, even those that are entertaining a Jezebel spirit, the fruit of it will be those that are connected to them, or that are under their control. So, there will be their friends and those that they are trying to exert influence over. The fruit of those people connected to them, they will just be drawn to sexual sin as well, to going into affairs, engaging in promiscuity or immorality, any type of thing. That is the reality of it. That the people that are connected to those that are the hosts of Jezebel, that are narcissists, that are in their company all the time, that are connected with him, they have a tendency to fall into sexual sin or promiscuity. And when they disconnect from those people, those narcissists, they then, you immediately, there is a difference. They don't easily fall into that. And so that's just one of the things that can help you identify in your life and in those around you. And so, if you haven't seen that cycle, ask the Lord to show you more about the people that have the spirit attached to them, and where you see yourself, just seeming to divulge information about your life that you did not initially intend to, then I would say, that might be a spirit of seduction that's enticing you to divulge that information. And you need to seriously consider whether you should still be in contact with that person, and you should really pray to the Lord regarding that. Okay, so but that is what I'm going to end off with regarding this specific spirit, and I will cover something else in the next video. So I pray that that has blessed you, and that you will seriously pray into this. But I will continue to give more about this, the operations of Jezebel, and just what the Lord has taught me. And my desire is that the Lord will set you free. And if you have fallen into that cycle, or you've come under the attack of Jezebel in any way, but the Lord bless you, and I will see you in the next video.